is no better place to be than the Lilac City as South Georgia Tormenta FC, the hottest team in USL League One, is on the road to face one of the league's best and brightest in Spokane Velocity FC, with playoff implications in full effect for both clubs this evening. Josh Lill set to bring you all the action from the rainy Pacific Northwest here tonight. And taking a look at the league table, which is ever-changing, Richmond and Texoma have been eliminated with a Charlotte victory last night. Now for Spokane, in order for them to bring the postseason home to the Northwest, they need to win this evening. With Ford Madison's victory against Chattanooga, Tormenta, they are desperate for 3 points. That'll get them into the playoffs tonight. Plenty of movement in the league table. Union Omaha clinching a berth against FC Naples last Sunday. Well, when the offense has struggled for Spokane, the defense has bailed them out. Carlos Marancio and the backline's ability to quickly recover has won them games. And the club, well, they thrived under pressure. Those save numbers all up in the victories. And Tormenta head coach Mark McKeever, he's been complimentary of Spokane, stating their reactions in transitional moments, it has been a game changer for them. Velocity FC, they can win and defend in a variety of ways. That'll be key down the stretch, and a big part of that success, as we previously mentioned, the starting goalkeeper, Carlos Marancio, coming off of a 9-save shutout against the Charlotte Independents, just the 15th time that's happened in the history of League One. Now, success lies on the shoulders of the 27-year-old keeper. He has the most saves and second most clean sheets in the league, and he will come through in the big moments for Lee Veidman and this Spokane club, which will be clutch tonight against Tormenta, who has been on a roll since Mark McKeever has been named head coach. He's changed the vibe in Statesboro, and his side currently riding a 6-game win streak, the longest in the club's professional era. Now, some may have questioned the Scottishman's attacking history after only recording one 3-goal performance at the helm of One Knox. Now, they've had 6 games of 3 or more goals. Those scoring and passing numbers are up, and the conceding numbers are down. And if you look at offensive success, well, it's synonymous with the one and only Niall Reed-Steven, has the most goal contributions in a 9-match stretch in the history of USL League One, recently passing former Tormenta man Keziah Sterling. Now, the Barbadian international is not only in the running for the Golden Boot, but the Golden Playmaker Award as well. Well, the Players' Shield race is still on for Spokane. Now, Tormenta, they haven't tasted the postseason since they won it all in 2022. It's that time of the year where dreams are made and hearts are broken. It's the final game of the night, and it's set to be the most exciting in USL League One. Starters at kickoff, up next.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Starting lineups this evening brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. For Lee Wiedemann's side, Carlos Marancio, the reigning player of the week in USL League One, seeking his 10th shutout on the year. The club without Cameron Miller after picking up a red card against the Charlotte Independents. David Garcia and Jalen Chrysler, the highest scoring center back duo in league history, holding down the fort. And Pierre Reedy, making his first start in 10 matches, recorded the game winner against the Independents. Adds pace on the outside opposite Derek Waldeck. Very tough to defend vertically. And looking at South Georgia Tormenta starting lineup under Mark McKeever, leading his side for the 10th consecutive match. This starting lineup also brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Austin Pack making his 26th start on the year. He stopped 60% of the shots he's faced, and Jackson Simba Kasanzu conceded the game-winning penalty last time his club faced Spokane. Looks to not repeat that action here tonight. Tormenta in their white kits with navy blue letters and numbers. Spokane in the black kits with white letters and numbers. It is a rainy evening in Spokane, Washington, and Mason Tunbridge gets us underway. Spokane and Tormenta, the final League One game of the night, is officially underway. Josh Lill, pleased to bring you all the action this evening. And with the storylines headed into this match, it is set up to be one of the best here in the final stretch, given the postseason stakes between these two sides. As Austin Pack gets his first touch. "52 degrees in Spokane, Washington, and it'll be a drizzle until about 8:30 local time. Derek Waldeck heading over for the first corner kick of the evening, which is brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. And there it is, the precipitation in full force tonight. In terms of the wind, it's pretty low, just 5 miles an hour. That ball hanging in the air. Jalen Chrysler right there. But it will go the way of the visitors, who are led by Mark McKeever and are seeking 7 consecutive wins for the first time in the club's professional history. As Nico Brett will have a go, and that might have taken a deflection. Early pressure provided, and success nearly found off the foot of the USL Championship Centurion. Little touch here by Andre Lewis. It appeared to be Mikel Rashid, the last line of defense, standing in front of Austin Pack. ICCU corner kick taken by Heel. It's sent about and won back by Velocity. Nice give and go. Brett unleashing Heel, thinking about it. You can expect the precipitation might have had an effect on that shot, as Brett working with his right foot, and it somehow had outswing to it. Lewis with it off the throw-in, and Spokane looking to capitalize off their narrow victory over the Charlotte Independents. Cameron Miller falling victim to his second red card on the year, picked up in the first half. And somehow, some way, for the second time this year, Velocity FC walking away with a narrow victory after going down a man. But it was not all sunshine and rainbows for Lee Wiedemann's crew, as Velocity FC It was about 30 minutes that led up to Cameron Miller's red card, but the club didn't have a shot until the 65th minute. So when talking even strength, Charlotte were in full control of the Spokane attack. And seem to be making some progress here inside the 5th minute. Injury report brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. Nothing to report for either side. Talking to Lee Wiedman a few weeks ago heading into the Greenville match on the final Saturday of September. It was the first time that he could officially say this year that there was nothing to report. Everyone was available for selection. And late in the season for both Coach Wiedman and Mark McKeever. The best ability is availability. Gives both these sides an edge here late in October and possibly at the start of November. Velocity FC will be playing November football, but the big question tonight, can South Georgia Tormenta FC head back to the postseason for the first time since 2022, as an inaccurate cross will result in an Austin Pack goal kick. Well, 6 wins in a row will help put you in position to contend for the most sought-after trophy in USL League One. Most recently, the Ibises taking care of business at home against Westchester. The first club eliminated from the League One playoffs. Garcia hounded by Niall Reed-Stephen, and it's the little things that the Barbadian international does that forces crucial set pieces. And he's a big part of the reason of why Tormenta is now chasing 7 consecutive wins. Reed-Stevens with a brace last time out against Westchester. He has scored the opening goal on 3 separate occasions in 2025. ICCU corner kick, first one for the visitors tonight on a rainy Spokane evening. This one low with in-swing. Finally cleared by Velocity. Unable to connect with the run of Andre Lewis. Kale in a battle of his own, and Heel drawing the foul. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Nice move there by Reedy to cut inside. One of the more dangerous players to defend in 1v1 scenarios. We've been ecstatic that Reedy's fitness has him in a position to be in the starting 11. Makale searching for the run of either Nico Brett or Pierre Reedy, but right into the enclosed arms of Austin Pack. Big news out of Tormenta. Mark McKeever named Coach of the Month in USL League One. And he'll be the first to tell you that it's a collective effort. Mentioned it was a humbling experience to receive that recognition, but was not shy to point out all the members of the front office, all the personnel at the stadium, the players, the training staff, you name it. He said even from before his time being named interim and then ultimately head coach of South Georgia Tormenta, that the collective effort, it hasn't changed. Even from the start of the year in March, through the trials and tribulations, the club as a whole is just stuck together as one unit. It's been a big part of why they have found success as of late. Colin Fernandez dropping in, looking to be of some aid in working the ball into the attacking half. Here is Luis Heel. Second most chances created all time in the history of the league, only behind his other midfielder on the bench, Neil Vinyals. Andre Lewis with a strike, and it takes a deflection. Now Reed Stephen with pace. One defender to beat. Going box to box. Has Bazzini cutting in, and it's pried loose. Stellar defending from Spokane. Mark McKeever talked about it, and we mentioned it in the open. The ability for Spokane to get back and defend after this glorious chance from Andre Lewis. That's conditioning at its finest to keep pace with Reed Stephen. Here Reedy with a clean touch. A chance in open space, it's closed down. Reedy with a heave over the net. The quickness which the Penn State alum plays with has been a game changer for Spokane this year. The ability to jump the passing lanes. You have someone like that in at the winger spots, and gives you a chance to make a run in the postseason, catching the opponent off guard. You can be sure to expect such an action from Reedy yet again tonight. Now Akale on the near side with the takeaway. It's swung around to Andre Lewis. Take down inside. And a foul against Lewis. Mark Verso with a little disapproval from the fans. The ball swung around to Lewis, and contact made with Nico Brett inside the penalty area. Won't result in anything for Spokane. Tormenta with plenty of space. Lofted off to the left side. Crossed inside and deflected. Simba Kasanzu there. And resetting to Mikel Rashid. Keys to the game presented by Ford for Spokane. It's critical communication. It was a big part. We've even pointed out in the club's victory over Charlotte Down-A-Man. He said he could hear every man on the pitch communicating to the person to the left, right, front, and behind to make sure everyone was on the same page to put together that shutout Down-A-Man. And for Tormenta, Mark McKeever quite okay with his side being uncomfortable. Late in the season, it's okay to have a test. And they know it won't come easy at the hands of a good team like Spokane. Through the nature of uncomfortability comes problem solving and progress. Here's Lee Veidman. You can see the precipitation. It's definitely greeted him with open arms. And congrats to Coach Veidman, recently given a contract extension through the 2027 campaign with Spokane Velocity. Got a chance to ask him in the days leading up to the match, what would you tell your younger self? Said it's important to take the ego out of it, be humble, and just continue to grow every day. But for a second-year club that wants him around for the long haul and in the days leading up to promotion and relegation in the USL, he mentioned it's huge. He's got a good pulse on what works and what doesn't over his basically 2 years with the club. Feels that he and his coaching staff have a good thing going in Spokane. The community and all the supporters, season ticket holders and regular fans alike, they all have good momentum going in the city, and it's leading in the right direction. Chrysler with a short-lived pass, kept by Spokane. Marancio under duress. Intercepted and won by Tormenta. Ball inside, searching for Reed Steven. Marancio wants to see the offside flag in the air. Stays down. And Spokane will come away unscathed. Shout out to that fan on the concourse. Get some brownie points here this evening. The USL on CBS Sports closes out October with a championship Western Conference showdown. Playoff-bound New Mexico United take on Oakland Roots FC Sunday, October 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Gabriel Cabral with the nice challenge to win it back for Tormenta. Along the byline. Crossed in, searching for Reed Steven. And booted out momentarily. Jimenez, that one deflected off of Akale and out for a Tormenta corner kick. This ICCU corner kick could be a game changer early on for the visitors. To the backside, and it finds no one. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Tormenta had 11 corner kicks, against Westchester. Jimenez inside and played up ahead. Seeking Reed Steven. Doyle in pursuit. One back by heel. Great first touch by Reedy and taken down from behind. A no call from Mark Verso. Felt the ball was played. An innocent contact against Spokane, against Tormenta rather. South Georgia have yet to win their first match against Spokane. 1 loss and 2 draws in the history between these two clubs. As Andre Lewis, a little ginger to his 2 feet. Here's the previous challenge. Jackson Simba Kasanzu. Guilty of conceding a penalty last time out. And feet colliding there between Lewis and Jimenez. These two teams last got together on May 10th. Anwar Pelaez provided the lone goal from the penalty spot. And Tormenta, well, they controlled possession at a rate of 59%, led in shots, and in terms of final third entries, 67-40. But were not as effective. It was a gritty match as Colin Fernandez taken down from behind. And Connor Doyle over to have a word with Mark Verso. Connor Doyle, last time out against Westchester, recorded his first goal since March 23rd of 2024. It had been a while since he'd seen any sort of offensive success. One of the league's longest tenured called for the foul against Fernandez. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Charleston Battery take on Birmingham Legion FC on Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern on 2DN. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Jalen Chrysler, a big offseason acquisition, along with Derek Waldeck. Actually played under Mark McKeever at One Knox. Waldeck in 2023 and Chrysler for a couple of years. Mark McKeever, very complimentary of the two defenders, stating they're not only great footballers, but even better humans. He couldn't be happier for them, seeing the success they've accomplished with Spokane here in 2025. Lucky Oprah finding the inside run of Andre Lewis. Luis Heel was seeking a touch at the edge of the area. Was not found. Reedy's cross. Seeking a Kale. No one over the byline. Masango Akale had an assist in the club's first ever playoff victory against Northern Colorado on November 2nd of last year. Making just his 6th start in the USL League One regular season here in 2025 as Reed Steven cutting around Chrysler, able to throw him off his pedestal. The attack still with a heartbeat. Callum Stretch. Back to Rashid. Alves back. Cycled around to Stretch. Passing attempt inside deflected and one back by the hosts. In the 25th minute. Still looking for that first goal. History on Tormenta's side, 25 first half goals in league play this year. That's most in the league, but that number, well, it's nearly overshadowed by the fact that the club has conceded 23 first half goals this year. That's third most in USL 1. That'll be a big point of emphasis come the later stages of the month. Not only can Tormenta continue their habits of striking early, but preventing the opponent from beating them at their own game. Crossing by Waldeck, seeking Reedy, and colliding with Austin Pack. Good sportsmanship shown. As both players simply vying for the ball. McKeever mentioned that his club is one that has continued to evolve. Every player, whether it's the starting 11 that you see tonight, the players on the bench, or even some of the Ibises that are not available for selection this evening, every player has grown into a leader of some sort, understanding their roles. And in a long season where a lot of these Tormenta players did not see early success, they had to buy into Mark McKeever's philosophies and understand it could be a while before the club and its players see the benefits rather, of McKeever's system. The patience from the players and the ability to have success attacking-wise off the bench has put South Georgia in the position that they're in today. A lot of players, they want to see, feel, and hear that success immediately. The wait right now has paid off for these Tormenta players. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game, and visit our website today. Tormenta currently holding 56% of the ball. Both clubs passing at a clip of over 80%. Neither side has recorded a shot on target. Just one overall shot for Mark McKeever's side this evening. Spokane passing in tight quarters under duress. Heald taken out on the near touchline. Advantage played. Mark Verso recognizing it. Can Velocity FC take advantage? Reedy cutting in. Looking for Brett. Played in by Fernandez. And Reed Stephen will shield. There's Mark McKeever, who has relied on the leadership, not just his staff, but plenty of the players like Connor Doyle, Aaron Walker, Gabriel Cabral, Austin Pack, Oscar Jimenez. Those guys hoping to turn things in the right direction as a foul there against Pierre Reedy. Tunbridge hits the deck and wins it back for Tormenta. But you look at the experience, Connor Doyle, Aaron Walker, Gabriel Cabral, all USL League One champions. Austin Pack has taken part in the league final, and Oscar Jimenez, part of that historic run of back-to-back titles in the USL Championship with Louisville City FC. As of the start of 2025, was second in career assists with Louisville. That championship experience propelling Tormenta to new heights. And here at the half-hour mark, they'll need a victory to go to the postseason. For Velocity FC, a win gets them a first-round home match. And Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy all the way to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice, which has withstood the rain thus far tonight. Still just over 51 degrees. A drizzle expected for about the next 30 minutes. With game time, that should take us through the rest of the first half and cleanly through halftime. How about the Spokane faithful sticking it out? So much to be excited about for those who have followed the club over the past couple of years. Last year, the first ever expansion side in the years of 2020 or later to win a playoff game in year one. As Reed Steven, crafty in his movement, losing control momentarily. And out for a Tormenta corner kick, brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Going short, heavy touch there. And Andre Lewis in transition, clean challenge by Connor Doyle. That slide from the Tormenta captain might have saved a scoring chance from Spokane. Connor Doyle, well, he's done just about everything you can do in USL League One. 167 regular season matches now played, and you might pick up a thing or two in nearly 200 appearances in USL League One. Ball up to Reedy, well played, and managed by the winger in the green neon cleats. Outside run ahead, a challenge, and Brett fires that one off the shoulder of Austin Pack. What a ball into the box. Laid off by Reedy, and it's Oprah with the creation. Brett in the right place, but Austin Pack finding the ability to come up in the clutch, and size from Spokane and size of relief from the Tormenta players. Waldeck over to take this ICCU corner kick, and we'll let the rumble of the crowd take you through this set piece. Outswing by Waldeck, connects with Chrysler, and a short clear by Alves. Lucky Oprah drawing off that select ball on the near touchline. Lee Wiedman has seen growth in the club's attacking ways over 2025. All the ebbs and flows that take place in the 90 minutes of a match. Mark Verso signaling that this ball will go the way of Tormenta. Tunbridge on it. And fouled there. Luis Heel and Derek Waldeck in the vicinity. South Georgia going a little too quickly for the liking of Mark Verso. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Jackson Simba Kasanzu watching that ball trickle out past the far touchline, and his side will maintain control. Tormenta so dangerous in the opposition's box. A league high 44 goals inside the penalty area. Mark McKeever was quite simple in his explanation of the club's success in that area, which we'll get to here in a moment. Spokane looking for the early lead. Extra effort by Fernandez, keeps it in, and it's tipped by Pack. What a sequence of events. Spokane win it back, and it appeared they would lose possession for the moment as Tunbridge was there, and Colin Fernandez with a second effort play. Austin Pack with an even better save. Lee Wiedemann has Colin Fernandez to thank for allowing this ICCU corner kick to even happen. Will there be late first half heroics from Spokane? Ball in, nearing the head of Chrysler, and Akale with the shove. And Mark Verso calling for medical attention immediately on the pitch, as Gabriel Cabral might have taken contact to the head. Verso immediately pointing. Akale up, and appeared to have taken a knock on the backside of his head. And Cabral does not like the fact that he has to sit out. For the next few moments, he will await his return to the pitch. Cabral, such a valuable player. Coming into the match has won 129 duels, and that leads the club. He's also a player that's key in getting into that attacking third. Fourth most passes into the attacking third in all of USL League One. Not only will Cabral bring the fight, but the attacking skill as well, as Yaniv Bazzini drawing a foul, and David Garcia having words for Mark Verso. Taking a look on the replay, and a shove from behind. Jalen Chrysler, guilty as charged. Right now the Spokane players, well, now they're respecting the distance of the wall. Set up by Mark Verso. Now Reed Stephen on the ball here. A wall of four for Spokane. From about 25 yards out, it's Reed Stephen going for goal! A lethal rip from the league's hottest player. Pandemonium in Spokane. And Reed Stephen will take to the pitch and continue to convert, accepting the boos from the crowd with grace. It doesn't get better than that. Number 13 on the year, And the Barbadian international has given life to Tormenta, not just this night, but throughout the past 10 games. Reedy with a little contact on Jackson Simba Kazanzu, and Mark Verso will hold up play, calling the training staff on for the Tanzanian. Connor Doyle, the captain, over to check on his man and share some words with Mark Verso. Reedy got his arm around Simba Kazanzu, but it appears the way that the defender fell that shook him up the most. Oscar Jimenez over there with Mark McKeever, seeking a 7th consecutive win. And again, for all the Tormenta faithful, a win tonight and the club is in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. That man, Niall Reed-Stephen, could very well be the reason that the Ibises are playing for a trophy come mid-November. When talking to Coach McKeever about Reed-Stephen, he mentioned he, along with the rest of the players in the club, have had immense growth at the same rate, but the confidence has been huge, and that's confidence at its finest. On a direct free kick goal, we haven't seen anybody else in the league do it at the level of Eduardo Blancas and Avi Alta, but now Reed-Stephen with something to say about that. Able to get goals from various areas. You see him doing it inside the area, from the sides of the 18-yard box, from set pieces, from open play, you name it. 13 goals and 7 assists. And across all comps this year, now 16 goals and 9 assists. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. Stretch inside to Doyle and resetting on the back line. That is now the 26th first half goal for Tormenta this year. The issue pointed out before, can they come away unscathed after the first 45 minutes of play? That's where they've struggled a little bit more this year. Reed-Stephen, and we talked about it, leading the league in winning possession in the attacking third, and doing just that. Deflection off of Luis Heel. Stays here with the visitors. Lee Wiedemann, his side has come back before. Faced with adversity against Omaha and Chattanooga, even in their win against Charlotte. Don't let a late season slump fool you. Went winless in their last 7 games of 2024 and ended up going to the league championship. As long as you're into the postseason, anything can happen. Jimenez seeking Tunbridge on the byline and cannot connect. Just under 60 seconds to go until first half stoppage time. For Spokane, the only way that they can clinch a first-round home playoff game is with a victory tonight. They got all the other pieces right, with Portland falling to 1 Knox and Omaha drawing even with the Greenville Triumph. Excellent ball from near to far touchline. Lewis seeking that inside run of Oprah. Reedy eager to cross on his left. What a chance that could have been. Reedy with a little bit of frustration. 2 minutes of stoppage time officially presented by the Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. Rain continuing to drizzle here in the first minute of stoppage time. Now Reed Stephen with the lone goal via a direct free kick. Sango Akale cutting inside. Austin Pack preventing the corner kick as it appeared to take a deflection off of Callum Stretch, but Jackson Simba Kazanzu down again for Tormenta. Writhing in pain on the turf. And Mikel Rashid attempting to ease the pain of his fellow center back. And Nico Brett was the lone Spokane man next to Simba Kasanzu. Lee Wiedemann, you wonder what the halftime speech will be to his guys. Down a man last week, able to get the win. Mark McKeever will look to hold this lead and possibly extend it in half number 2. The evolution of this Tormenta side has been quite impressive to watch. Spokane in practice often go through these scenarios of playing down a man several times a week. Lee Wiedemann wants adversity to be handled with confidence, to say the least. Mark McKeever will attempt to silence Spokane the rest of the way. Keeping it alive for Spokane. They'll have to go quickly. All eyes on the head official, Mark Verso, for the sound of the whistle. Velocity FC likely with one last chance. That ball finds nobody. And to the feet of Austin Pack. We'll let every second tick by. And there is the first half whistle. Tormenta stun Velocity FC on the road. Currently up 1-0 at the conclusion of the first half. Credit to that man, Niall Reed Stephen, making it happen on a direct free kick. Carlos Marancio, other than the 1 goal conceded, has kept Spokane in the match. Will likely be tested plenty in the second half, and well, the rainy Pacific Northwest is showing its full self tonight. Mark McKeever seeking a 7th consecutive win and a playoff appearance for Tormenta. Can Velocity answer and host a first-round playoff game? Stay tuned, an exciting second half is coming your way.
it's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with 3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
South Georgia Tormenta FC leading Spokane Velocity FC 1-0 on the road. Now Reed Stephen with the lone goal, his 13th on the 2025 League One campaign. While we have a moment, let's take a look at Team of the Week honors across USL 1 over match week 31. Player of the Week, Carlos Marancio, for his efforts in a 9-save shutout performance with only 10 men on the pitch versus Charlotte for Spokane. Vincenzo Candela has turned it around in the Midwest for Union Omaha, knocking off a pair of teams above the playoff line in Portland and Naples, as Los Bujos will go to their 6th consecutive postseason. Now Reed Stephen and Connor Doyle on the board for Tormenta after Reed Stephen recorded a brace against Westchester, and Doyle scored for the first time since March 23rd of 2024. And congratulations to Tormenta's Mark McKeever being named Coach of the Month in USL League One for the month of September. And this guy has just revived the Ibises since joining. The club has had 6 performances under his tenure this year of 3 goals or more. And if you look at the numbers, they've scored nearly twice as many goals with McKeever as they did before. They're conceding at a lower rate, and they're passing, well, creating assists at double the rate than before. So congratulations to Coach McKeever and the success of South Georgia Tormenta FC as of late. Now let's take a look at Goal of the Week, Save of the Week, Player of the Month honors, and stadium construction around the USL.
Great play to get this forward from midfield. Madison cutting towards the 18, waves it off, an opportunity, cuts to the inside and fires this. What a finish in the 20th minute. It's 1-0 forward Madison. An absolute golazo for the Flamingos.
Big part of why this has been a shutout thus far. That shot is saved by Lalo Delgado. It somehow got through.
Kusin. Lead off to the top of the box! Pinião. Plows one into the box. Was Navarro! High-class stuff from stellar Sergio Navarro.
In the USL, shovels in the ground mean as much as scoring goals. And Sacramento Republic is on its way to transforming the city's rail yard district into a soccer palace. The same is happening in the Motor City, with Detroit City's new home clearing way for stadium construction. Miami FC has unveiled its future home in South Florida, while the Pittsburgh Riverhounds prepare for their stadium expansion, preserving one of the best views in all of sports. The growth is felt as well in League One, with expansion on the way for 2026. The scene changes daily at the site of Fort Wayne's new home, from clearing the area in early June to the sweet sight of concrete and steel in mid-September. All watched closely by Fort Wayne's Director of Communication, Justin Cohn.
Thousands of people literally drive past this thing every day. So how cool is it for everyone to get a chance to see this thing every single day get closer?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's ideally located for people going to and from work, or they're driving down to Indianapolis, and you're seeing it in really at a rapid pace come up. So you're really seeing a lot of the facade of what will be the stands start to come up.
I look at the renderings. First thing I notice is this gigantic video board. So give me some of the neat things about that, because this might be the best thing in League One for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard is something I'm really excited about. It'll be the second longest scoreboard in the entire state. So that means it eclipses an NFL stadium. You're going to have a lot of options at Fort Wayne FC Park in terms of watching the matches. There's a lot of possibilities that you can do with the scoreboard.
Fellow League One expansion club Boise is seeing its vision take shape as construction at the park at Expo, Idaho is full speed. And longtime League One club Greenville Triumph has kicked off construction at Bridgeway Station.
Leans back, gets one further! What a hit! Here's Wilson! He stays out, and the Roots have a lead!
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off and take a load for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
Spokane Velocity FC trailing South Georgia Tormenta FC 1-0 at the break. Second half play nearing a start on this rainy evening in Spokane, Washington at One Spokane Stadium. Shout out to the fans for sticking it through the, well, let's say not so great weather, but news and notes from around the league, so plenty of noise in Sarasota. Paradise naming Mika Ilovara as the club's head coach ahead of their first pro season, and U.S. women's national team star Sofia Huerta getting in on League One action, joining the ownership group for AC Boise ahead of their first season. And Trinidad and Tobago is alive and well in USL 1. Nathaniel James, Denzel Smith, and Noah Powder have all been called up to the senior team, so congratulations to that trio for their call up to their country's national team. Scores from around the weekend: 1 Knox with their victory over Portland atop the League One table. Charlotte have, with their victory over AV Alta, have eliminated Texoma and Richmond from playoff contention. Los Pajaros with the 1-0 victory this evening. And with Greenville and Omaha drawing, it leaves way for Tormenta again to clinch a playoff spot tonight via a victory. Madison with a huge win over Chattanooga on the road, and Westchester and Naples, the last team to kick off on the weekend. They'll do so tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. When we come back, we will take a look at highlights from the first 45 minutes of play.
University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Well, let's look at how we got here after the first 45 minutes of play. Pierre Reedy with the early chance created here for Spokane and kept alive by Colin Fernandez. His sliding effort set up Luis Gil, and a phenomenal save made by Austin Pack. And just short of the 40-minute mark, now Reed Stephen with a dazzler, beating Carlos Marancio top shelf for his 13th goal in league play this year. And there is Reed Stephen, who looks to continue to put on a show here at One Spokane Stadium. The hosts will start with it. Velocity FC in their black kits with white letters and numbers. Tormenta in their white kits with navy letters and numbers. And we are underway for the final 45 minutes of play. Josh Lill set to bring you all the action the rest of the way. It's set to be an exhilarating finish. Playoff implications on the line for both clubs heading into the match tonight for Spokane, with a Portland loss and Omaha drawing even to Greenville. A victory for Velocity FC would secure a first-round home playoff match. On the chips, they've also fallen the way of Tormenta FC as well. A draw by Greenville and a loss by AV Alta have the club set up for a possible clinching scenario to take place in the 2025 postseason. It'd be their first time there since 2022, where they won it all. Ian Cameron was the head coach. However, with Ford Madison's victory over Chattanooga, the only way South Georgia gets in is with a victory here tonight. 3 points needed by either side to complete the feat. Of course, that can only happen to one club. Plenty on the line here in half number 2. Can Spokane respond? Well, they found a fair bit of success between the half-hour and hour mark in matches this year. As Heel on the byline, it's knocked away by Pack. The club has scored 18 goals between the 30th and 60th minutes. 18 exceptional scores. Number 19 would be as big as ever as Heel from point-blank range. Austin Pack doing the splits. And that's why you stretch, folks. ICCU corner kick here, your financial success fan club in swinging ball. Settled by Heel with his left, and it's knocked away. Gabriel Alves. And an injured man for Spokane inside the box. It's Jalen Chrysler down. David Garcia pleading for an explanation. And Chrysler down right around the spot. Mark Verso escorting him to the near touchline. We'll have to wait a few moments before he can check back in. On this rainy evening, Velocity FC with 3 shots on target compared to Tormenta's 1. Now Reed Stephen with the lone goal, however. Tormenta have been one of the best teams inside the penalty area. Have yet to record a shot within the confines of the 18-yard box. Jalen Chrysler is waved back on. David Garcia out wide to Luis Heel. A couple of missed touches there. A flick from behind. And a takedown in the box. Verso pointing to the spot. And Spokane will have a chance to equalize. A takedown near side created by Luis Heel. And it's Nico Brett dragged down from behind by Jackson Simba Kasanzu, excuse me. And in 2 matches where Spokane and Tormenta have battled this year, Simba Kasanzu has conceded a penalty in both matches. You don't see that every day. Luis Heel, the captain. Four for 5 this year. Has gone to the low left side 4 times. That's where his one miss was. Heel, the captain, saved by Pack! And all of a sudden, Mark Verso, if he just pointed at the spot, the tempers are flaring, and David Garcia, he's calling for a yellow card of some sort, and the ball back on the spot for Luis Heel and Spokane. A booking shown And Jalen Chrysler has to be dragged away from Mark Verso. He has indeed shown the yellow card, the first one of the night. And it doesn't come without sparks. So here's Luis Heel. What a diving stop by Austin Pack. And Yaniv Bazzini takes down Reedy from behind. Nonetheless, a second penalty has been given. Heel just missed to the right. Can Pack do it again? And he converts! Fool me once and not twice. Heel levels it for Spokane. Austin Pack practically had the best moment of the match, stopping Luis Heel's first penalty, and Heel goes back to the right side. This time a little more out of the reach of Austin Pack. The captain converts, and it is a new game. Your leaders come through in the biggest moments. Luis Heel's name was called, and he converted. Gabriel Cabral also shown a yellow card. Sent the official ruling. Had some words for Mark Verso, as plenty of the Spokane players have had tonight. Lewis stays with it. Sent back, and Fernandez from distance. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. And what a seat to have tonight for this match between Spokane and Tormenta. A home playoff match on the line tonight for the hosts, and for the visitors, a trip to the postseason. Tormenta, they have now conceded 12 penalties on the year. It's more than any team in USL League One. We had talked about it briefly, the success that Spokane has had between the half-hour and hour marks. Mentioned how big that 19th goal would be, as Heel nearly set loose Nico Brett. Alves cannot beat Reedy. Doyle up ahead, and miscommunication as Spokane forced the ball back their way. Derek Waldeck has been limited in a sense tonight. He has the most crosses all time in League One of all the defenders that have played in the beautiful game. Centering ball, stepping is Andre Lewis, tripped up. Waldeck has been quite ineffective tonight. Most of the action has been on that right side of the formation with Lucky Oprah and Pierre Reedy. Lee Wiedemann and his players implementing a load of underlapping runs to throw off this Tormenta defense. It's worked to some degree, but I have yet to see a goal from open play. Both scores tonight via set pieces. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Doc, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Tormenta will head over to take the corner kick, and it's Cabral, the man for the job. ICCU corner kick taken shortly. Alves is crossed to the backside of the 6. And settled down by Colin Fernandez. And a foul drawn by Akale. And Fernandez and Akale frustrated that there was no booking of some sort against Tormenta. Tormenta might have had the more flashier goal in the first half, but the penalty converted by Luis Gil and the display of yellow cards in half number 2 have had sparks on display between the two clubs. Oprah chasing down Mikel Rashid and cannot win the foot race. Can watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157, the new Sirius XM app. Given away, touched by Reedy. Fernandez thought about it from distance. That one deflected it into the hands of Pack. He saved one deflected shot already. Tunbridge breezing by the defense, opting off to Reed Steven! Overzealous in his shot attempt, and cannot believe he didn't at least test Carlos Morancia. Tunbridge with a stellar find in the area. Reed Steven with nearly back-to-back braces. We saw that feat done, or completed rather, by Sergio Ors Navarro of Union Omaha. Helped him garner Player of the Month honors in September, as you saw during halftime. At the hour mark, plenty on the line for both clubs. Spokane seeking a first-round home match in the playoffs, whereas Tormenta eyeing a spot in the postseason for the first time in 3 years. But the only way that either club can achieve their feat is a victory, with Forward Madison collecting 3 points against Chattanooga at home. Tormenta, it'll be necessary to pick up a win to enter the playoff hunt. As Reedy with a touch. Hounded and trapped. No room to work one-on-one. Oprah's cross with outswing. Controlled by Lewis, sent in by Heel, looking for Brett. Akale with a shove along the byline. Has to be careful. Luis Gil with a pass through the legs of Gabriel Cabral. And Akale. Any extra force on that shove could have landed him a yellow card. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team sport at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Spokane tonight donning their basalt black kits. Nice shades of impact blue. And the jerseys and the shorts. You can hear the thunderous pounding of drums and noise from the stands as Bazzini looking for a shot in the air. The 509 Syndicate, support group for Spokane, has been through it all with the club. Lee Viebman praised them in the days leading up to this match, talking about how the supporters group, the season ticket holders, everybody alike, was there through the ups and downs of the first year, especially in that tough stretch to close out the 2024 season, and have been through it all here in 2025, as the club is still well within the confines of the Players' Shield. They continue to be loud and supportive, and One Spokane Stadium, along with a few others in the league, it would be quite a sight to see if they were able to host a playoff game. It would be, without a doubt, one of the louder environments. Fernandez with it. Searching out Reedy, cuts inside. Reedy in, Akale on it, off his line. What a stop! A collective save by the field players for Tormenta. And they're out running. Tunbridge taken out. Reed Stephen plays it up ahead. Bazzini on it, and Garcia back outside the area. Pack was off his line. The defense came sprawling to his rescue to preserve the result. Team defending at its finest as Reedy beats Simba Kazanzu. Akale on it, and it was Mikel Rashid. Rashid, who's come over from Huntsville City, not only preventing the goal, but that stop leading to a fast break chance. Quick ICCU corner kick taken. Everyone's been talking about Yaniv Bazzini and Niall Reed-Stephen as of late with South Georgia. Mikel Rashid has led the team coming into this match with 101 clearances. That one his fourth of the night, and the 105th might be the biggest of the year for Mikel Rashid. Colin Fernandez out to Waldeck. Lucky Oprah wanted Luis Heel. Nice job of Reedy to win it back. Didn't mention it atop the second half since it didn't take place, but neither team has made a substitution. The legs feeding the Wolves tonight. Conditioning on full display. As Well, you get your mile run in every day. I need to be better about that. Kale looking to rescue that ball, and Connor Doyle, the League One veteran, turning it the other way for Tormenta. Oprah getting in the passing lanes. Unable to turn the attack on its heel. Justin Malou will be the first substitution of the match. Malou, the former North Carolina FC man in the USL Championship, coming on loan this year. This man key in the duels department. Won over 60% of his duels and tackles in his time with FC Tulsa a few years ago. Malou winning the first ever MLS Next Pro Championship with Columbus Crew 2. And became the first ever Crew 2 player to move on to the USL Championship. See what the championship veteran provides here late. There he is with the ball, and shielding Pierre Reedy, and a sliding Austin Pack covers it up. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game, and visit our website today. Andre Lewis. Brett was defended well, could not seek it up ahead. Jimenez with room to work. Waiting for reinforcements. Tormenta comfortably setting up shop. Alves, team leader in crosses, looking for a successful one into the area. Top 6 in the league. Would love to find the run of now Reed Stephen or Yaniv Bazzini, intercepted by Justin Malou. Tunbridge with a wonky feed. That ball does find Alves, taking a Tormenta bounce. Bazzini goes down in the area, and a clean challenge by Colin Fernandez. And even with the no call, Fernandez still with words for Mark Verso. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play and download now. Reed Stephen losing control, but the offside flag has been raised. A win for Tormenta, and they're in the League One playoffs. A victory for the hosts means a first-round home playoff match on this very field. Malou beating Reedy to the ball, but it sets up a Spokane throw-in well in the attacking third. If you're Spokane, you would love to set up a corner kick here. Second most goals from those scenarios in league play this year, 6 of them for Velocity FC. They'll have to work from the throw-in. Right here, Lewis with a heavy touch. And Derek Waldeck, the lone man, along with Carlos Marancio in his bright orange kit. They're back to retrieve. Tormenta able to spread it out. Mark McKeever has preached evolution, with this attack. And the ability with a defense like Spokane who can protect their goal in a variety of ways. Tormenta has found success, whether it's a high line of defense to play over the defense, whether they're forced to progressively play out of the back. They've been tested both directly and indirectly. Bazzini looking for the foul. Over this successful run for the Ibises, they've seen it all. And tonight, one of the better defensive teams in the league are not making it easy. Spokane have allowed the least amount of goals, now 24. As Reedy, a tackle to the turf. And Alves showing me no doubter. Mark Verso quick to his pocket. Give Spokane a chance to catch their breath. And a football team on the other side of the state could use Alves' efforts come tomorrow afternoon. Could put that on his American football tape. Nonetheless, Reedy able to win that. Spokane can progress forward. No subs for the host thus far. Fernandez wasn't expecting the ball, but keeps his composure on it. Sent out wide to Akale. Cutting inside on his right. Wanted Reedy in the air. And out for an Austin Pack goal kick. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Austin Pack here in the 75th minute, content with wasting a few precious seconds. Don't want to waste too much time as Mark McKeever's side still needs plenty of room to test this Spokane defense. The Ibises have put the pressure on with a high line against this Spokane attack, and it's helped them win the ball back plenty. Sebastian Vivas will be the next man on for Mason Tunbridge. And there is Sebastian Vivas, 5th in the league last year with 8 goals. Had a brace in 2024 as well. Has been quieter in a sense, just 3 goals thus far. Only 9 starts and set to make his 27th appearance. But Vivas, a player that's been very level-headed for Mark McKeever this year. Whatever his role come match day is, he's willing to accept it and applies himself well to the scenario he's thrown into. But Vivas, the right man for the job here late. Instinctual on the ball and occupies the opponent's back line with quite intensity. Ball cleared out of the box and an acrobatic header to keep it the way of South Georgia. Alves outswinging, cross deflected at the feet of Cabral. Reed Steven, defended by Garcia. That cross way over the head The intended target, whoever that may be. You wonder how much Sebastian Vivas' movement off the ball will throw off the play of this Spokane back line, as now Reed Stephen is shaken up on the byline. Reed Stephen with a phenomenal goal in the 39th minute from a direct free kick. Very well could be a goal of the week candidate in USL League One. Now 10 goals, 4 assists across his last 10 League One matches. Not only do Tormenta have the hottest player in the league right now, but the club itself is in fuego. Brett backing down Rashid. Switch of the pitch to Akale cutting inside. Akale has that one blocked. Looked like Mikel Rashid again. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. Javier Martin and Anwar Pelaez will be the first substitutions for Spokane Velocity tonight. Pelaez, once in the thick of the Golden Boot race, has fallen off. Did not play for 3 matches and has not started in half a dozen games, but he'll get a big chance here late. The 32-year-old Colombian looking to give his team the lead. Javier Martin. We've seen him have late match heroics before. Had a game-winning goal in round 2 of the Jägermeister Cup in stoppage time against Omaha in 2024. Looking to mirror that match. It's Vivas Jimenez from distance. Oh my goodness. The confidence by the Tormenta wingback to let it fly from over 25 yards out. Might have been 30. Almost got a piece of Carlos Merancio. Tormenta, they have not been afraid to let it fly from outside the area. Still a slight drizzle at One Spokane Stadium in the 81st minute. Temperature is stuck around 50 degrees most of the night with low wind. Cabral switching the field of play, cutting inside. It's a blocked shot. And out for a Tormenta corner kick, brought to you by ICCU, your financial success fan club. Jimenez, most recent Tormenta man, to nearly test Merancio. Again, this corner kick brought to you by ICCU. Cabral on it. Jimenez. Doyle. Denied by Spokane. Alves' pass deflected. Could it pay off in the long run? Pelaez leading the line for Spokane in place of Nico Brett. Pelaez 8 goals on the year. Stretches feet inside. Disallowed. South Georgia refusing to give in. Having a desire to be on the ball, but Yaniv Bazzini willing to run through players to make that happen. Mark Verso says otherwise. That pass intercepted. Reed Steven. Dangerous in the fast breaks. Reed Steven. What a great one-on-one battle that could be between him and Waldeck. Looks to play it outside, and Cabral threatening in the central column. Eventually finds it from Reed Steven, and that cross deflected out. Another ICCU corner kick for Tormenta. Colin Fernandez has been all over the pitch tonight, both offensively and defensively. Once again, ICCU corner kick. Mark Verso making sure everything's in order. We haven't seen that too much tonight. Both clubs have been fairly orderly when preparing for the corner kick chances. It's understandable. Both sides fighting for that game-winning second goal, that header down. And Alves not too far off from connecting, but nonetheless off frame. Just a reminder, a victory necessary for Tormenta to advance to the postseason and for Spokane to clinch a first-round home playoff match. Now watch the USL Championship in League One on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Oprah off of Alves. Martin, that one might have gone out of play, and it did. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tapas, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Pivotal touch by Garcia. Dangerous pass back, but played safely up. Well-timed run by Luis Heel. Seeking out his teammates, backside. Doyle might have gotten a touch. It rolls to Waldeck, one-on-one with Jimenez. Waldeck's cross, knocked away. Foul against Reedy. Doesn't like it one bit. Alves taking one for the team. But how about the center back pairing tonight? For Tormenta, Mikel Rashid, Jackson Simba Kasanzu. Other than the penalty conceded by the latter, Both of those players have not only cleared the line, but blocked plenty of chances as well. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Austin Pack taking his time, crowd wanting a yellow card for time wasting. They won't get it. About 3 minutes until the announcement of second half stoppage time. Doyle on it. We play on. A bit of a skirmish. And Vivas making sure his captain isn't spoken to or made contact with. Mark Verso giving Tormenta the free kick. And Verso trying to cool the tempers of Colin Fernandez and Mark Doyle. Luis Heel with the lone goal for Spokane. And the first one saved by Austin Pack. Doyle inside. Cannot connect with Vivas. And then it was Luis Heel on the second penalty kick attempt. Back to back. Once again, beat Austin Pack. Morancio likely to put plenty of air underneath this goal kick. Spokane swiftly working into the attacking half. Off the head of Mikel Rashid, and scramble mode for Tormenta. Ball inside by Martin, steered aside. Bazzini turning and facing. A foul called against Martin. Words exchanged with Mark Verso, and a yellow has been shown. That one against Colin Fernandez. Mark Verso has pulled the Spokane midfielder to the side plenty of times. And Lee Wiedman, don't know yet if that's officially on Spokane's head man, but it was shown in the direction of the bench. Coach Wiedman wanting an explanation immediately after Fernandez's booking. A tough stretch as of late for Spokane. One win in their last 5, back-to-back draws, and 2 consecutive losses followed by a win against Charlotte. Fourth official about to show it, but there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time. In order for Tormenta to go to the postseason, they will need all 3 points tonight. For Spokane to clinch a first-round home match, a victory is a necessity. Neither side comes away with 3 points. Those scenarios go away, and both fan bases will have to wait until further notice to clinch their respective spots. As Pelaya is shaken up, grabbing at that right foot. Sense of urgency from both sides. Played along the far touchline. Spokane with room to work. Clean dispossession by Cabral. A chance on the fast break for Tormenta. Vivas, the intended man, it's intercepted. Reedy, as quick as they come. Off to the near side to Javier Martin. Luis Gil. And that ball deflected, a chance for Tormenta on the fast break. Mikel Rashid and Jackson Simba Kazanzu have simply been locked down tonight. Miscommunication. And the ball now back the way of Spokane. That's why you run your laps at practice. Four fast breaks, all coming consecutively. Neither side able to equalize. Or take the lead, rather. Oprah working quickly. Just under 2 minutes until the conclusion of stoppage time. Approximately. This was set to be one of the best matches here in the month of October in USL League One, and it certainly has not disappointed given all the storylines and the trends in which both teams are playing with. Tormenta just looking to give their fans a bit of hope. Play for the second trophy in club history. Spokane have already had 1 year of success. No hardware to show for it, but plenty of strides made in year one. And look to capitalize on this strong start as a club. That is why there's such intensity on the pitch right now. Aaron Walker will come on for the Ibises. Bryce Meredith will likely be the final sub for Spokane. You need Bazzini making way for the League One veteran. When Aaron Walker and Connor Doyle take the pitch, they've combined for over 24,000 minutes. Compared to this man, Bryce Meredith, who's still seeking his first professional goal contribution, has appeared in now 8 of the club's last 11 matches. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And Reed Stephen with a crafty touch. Inside, and it's deflected by Marancio. Could not tell if that got a touch on the woodwork. Tormenta are threatening. 3-on-3. Waldeck over to help. And it's back outside. Reed Stephen. And the flag is raised for offside. Mark Verso checking his watch. Very likely Spokane will have the last attack of the game. If you're Mark McKeever or Lee Wiedemann, it was pivotal to come away with points in this match. And there is the final whistle. Spokane and Tormenta draw even at 1 apiece. Both coaches will share a gentleman-like handshake. Lee Wiedemann's side unable to clinch a first-round home playoff match tonight. And for South Georgia Tormenta FC, a trip to the postseason will have to wait for now. The hottest team in the league in Tormenta, who had won 6 in a row, are handed a draw by Spokane, and there is the goal that leveled things. Luis Gil had his first penalty kick saved by Austin Pack, and that play of the match brought to you by Modelo. Even things up for Spokane, and the win streak for Tormenta has ended. When we come back, we'll have full-time highlights and stats and share how we got through these 90 minutes of play. You see Connor Doyle and Luis Gil, two of the most decorated veterans in USL League One. Stick around for the post-game show. Spokane and Tormenta draw even at 1 apiece.
I'm De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024. Pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Spokane and South Georgia Tormenta, neither side able to come away with 3 points. Spokane applauding the efforts of all their supporters that came out in the rain to watch Velocity FC in one of their biggest games down the stretch. Luis Seal there, the lone goal scorer for Spokane, but we'll show you how we got through these 90 minutes. Well, it started here. A goal of the week candidate, now Reed Steven, directly from a free kick. His 13th goal on the year, his 10th in his last 10 league matches. Just before the hour mark, a flick on by Luis Heel set up a penalty drawn by Nico Brett and conceded by Jackson Simba Kazanzu. So that free penalty kick, saved by Austin Pack. Luis Heel and Spokane awarded a second chance, and the captain doesn't miss. That would be the last and final score of the evening, but that would be enough to end Tormenta's 6-game win streak. Late on, Pierre Reedy nearly finding the run of Brett, but it was Masango Akale with a shot on frame and Mikel Rashid clearing his line to keep it 1-1. It really did come down all the way to the final seconds of the match. Now Reed Steven with a shot from a difficult angle and stopped by Carlos Marancio. So with a draw by both sides, Spokane Velocity FC unable to clinch a top 4 seed tonight, even though the chips fell their way, with Portland losing to Knoxville and Omaha drawing even to Greenville. For Tormenta, everything also went their way. They got the Antelope Valley draw to Charlotte. Greenville, they drew even to Omaha, but unable to pick up a win. Texoma and Richmond were eliminated last night after Charlotte's victory over AV Alta. And full-time stats after the first full 90 minutes of play. 1-1 your final score, and Spokane dominant in the shots department. The lone one on target for the Ibises was the goal, 100% in shots on frame. The Ibises controlling the ball at a rate of 53%, but Spokane were still effective in their opportunities on the ball. 7 total corners and 6 bookings on the evening. Spokane were patient and remained away from drawing an offside call. South Georgia Tormenta's historic win streak comes to an end after 6 matches in a row victorious. Spokane coming away with a point like the Ibises. They'll have to wait to clinch a top 4 seed, and Tormenta's journey to the postseason will be put on hold. Thank you for joining us this evening, and a huge shout out to our production crew. I'm Josh Lill. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.